and welcome to Dave Barlow Guitar. And in this video, I'm giving away this guitar. This is a Bad Cat. I called it a Chipson in my last video, if you watched it, because it's kind of made in China and it's kind of a rip-off, but it's got Bad Cat on the headstock there, and there's a couple of differences to you know, how a Gibson Les Paul would look, but pretty much it's the same. In fact, when we did the video last time on this, I think we come to the conclusion, or I came to the conclusion, that pretty much this is Epiphone quality guitar. Anyway, I'm giving it away in this video, and but before I give it away, I'm going to restring it, set it up, make it play nice, and I'm going to change the bridge because some people don't like that bridge, and it's fine. So I'm going to change it before I give it away. So in this video, while I'm doing it, I'm going to say a few things. And at the end of the video, I'm going to ask you a question about what I said in this video. Could be about anything. So the only way to actually win in this competition is to watch the entire video, I'm afraid. But obviously, you have to fulfill the criteria. So let's crack on. Right, phase one. We got to take the strings off. And as usual, I'm unprepared. I didn't get any tools out. But here we go. I've got my trusty string cutting tool, which I'm going to cut the strings, and loads of you in internet land are going to go, oh my god, he's cutting the strings, and look what he's doing. Yeah, I know I didn't loosen the strings, but I never do. It's never caused a problem, so I ain't worried about it. So that's the tail piece. I think are we going to keep the tail piece? I can't remember. I'll come to that in a bit, and then we'll take these strings off. So what are we going to do? We're going to restring it, obviously, with decent strings, because the strings that come on these Chinese guitars aren't very good. I don't know what it is, but a mate of mine bought some Chinese strings, I think, you know, a year or so ago, something like that, and he put them on his guitar, and my God, they sounded all right. He just couldn't keep it in tune, not for love nor money. Stretching them, and also they just don't stay in tune for some reason. I have no idea why. But anyway, so here's the bridge. You can see that. It's got like the little springs in. Do you know what? I don't know why, but people don't like that. I don't really like that much because it restricts, you know, the amount of intonation movement we've got. So we're going to get rid of that, put something else in. And the thing we're going to put in is going to be very interesting. So I'm going to come to that. So part two, I suppose, of this thing will be, we're keeping tuners, by the way. They're okay. But part two is going to be the bridge. So I'm going to show you that next. Right, okay, so the lovely people at Geica, if that's how you pronounce it, insisted on sending me something to review on my channel. And as I don't really use Geica, I said, well, I don't really use you, but, you know, if you want to send something, send it, and I'm sure I can make use of it and, you know, tell people about it. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to show you what they sent me. And you know, they sent me this for free, by the way, just so you know, so I could do a video on it. I'm not really a big review person, as you probably know. But anyway, they sent me this, one of these, which says Geica on it, which I don't know. I'm assuming it's similar to this one. Don't know, it looks beefier. It looks very in fact, actually, it's completely different. Well, that looks really cool. It's quite beefy, and the holes, if you notice, come out a little bit further up. Interesting. So if you like they don't come out dead straight, they come out at an angle. That is quite a good idea. Well done, Geica. I have seen a tailstock piece which has got the holes slightly higher than that, actually. Something to do with people who overwrap, like me. For various reasons they do that. But I think that's good. I like that. That's good. Okay, I'm sold on that one. That's that. Anyway, you get oh, it's locking. That's cool. You can lock it, I think. Yeah, there. Well, that's good. I don't know how much they are. I'll have a look on the web. Well, you can have a look. Actually, if I remember rightly, I did have a look, and I do recall thinking, oh, that's quite good value for money for what it is. I can't remember exactly what the price was, but I know it's a tad sight cheaper if you went to, you know, a well-known manufacturer and got this. that's that. Also in the box, they sent me this bridge, which I'll be honest with you, it's very different to what I'm used to. Let's try and get this open. I have opened it once already before. More fingers and thumbs today. Anyway, so this is also locking too. Let me just pull it out. Now, let's get this one. So that's the old one, which is, you know, this is the standard kind of saddles that you'd expect on like a Gibson or something similar. This is this one. They're not roller saddles. They're just, I don't know, it's just different. It looks like a roller saddle, but it isn't a roller saddle. And it's locked, and it locks down too. So I'm impressed with that. I like things that lock down, especially on like stop tail, you know, this Gibson style kind of bridge and stop tail piece setup. Tune-o-matic they call it, and I never understood that because it's not automatic at all. It's just tune-o-matic. Yeah, I don't know who came up with that name, but anyway, it worked. So that's lockable too. And again, I remember seeing that it was good value for money on the site, although I can't remember how much it costs. And I know you're probably putting comments in, oh, do you need to do your research before you stuff that research? That's for the people who do proper reviews. I'm a guy that's using stuff because, you know, I think it might be worth using. But anyway, I like that, and it's locked, and you can lock it down. So yeah, it'd be interesting to play the guitar with that and see how that feels, because that's my concern. Is that going to be, how's that feel on your palm when you're palm muting? Don't know. We'll find out, won't we? But that looks cool. Yeah, and you obviously, with all these things, you get, you know, the studs and stuff and the relevant Allen key to go with it. So I'm really impressed with that. So we're going to stick them on the guitar. So that's going to be cool. Nice little upgrade there. Let's move on and put them on the guitar, and we'll get and well, I'll tell you what, we're not going to do that, are we? We need to check the guitar out first, make sure the frets are level, all that kind of stuff. So we'll do that in the next part. Okay, so the next job is we're checking these frets are flat, a little bit of rock there. Number 2, pretty much okay. A little bit of rock there on the end, not too bad. They're right, that's all right. Yeah, pretty good. These frets have been okay. There's a little bit of rock here and there, but do you know what? For this, we'll get the action really low anyway, and there's hardly anything in it. I mean, it sounds bigger than what it is. I might give that one a bit of a tweak. But yeah, pretty much they're all right, apart from that one. I'll do that now, and then we'll come back. No, in fact, do you want me to do it? Do you want to see me do it? Do you want to see me just work on this fret? I mean, do you? Okay, we're going to do it anyway. We might speed this bit up, depends how boring it gets. But basically, make sure your neck's dead straight before you check your frets. This is the high one, this one here, which is the problem. I use a black marker. We always used to use black markers, and then someone on the internet decided to use a red marker or a green marker or whatever the fuck they was using. I don't know, perhaps they're colourblind, I don't know. But I use a black marker and I can see all right. I don't see what the problem is. But I will turn this around the other way, but I'm not going to do it because I'm filming, so I'm just going to just fucking haphazardly do it this way. I'm swearing a lot. I noticed in my YouTube videos of late, because I was watching some other people on YouTube and they seem to swear loads. And I'm thinking, well, if it's all right for them, it's going to be all right for me, isn't it? So there you go. So I'm just going to flatten this one down a little bit like this, right? This is how you do it, right? Measure it. Just do a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. I'll go mad, just do a little bit. This is a fret file I got from, where did I get it from? If I remember, I'll mention it again, but I've had this fret file for ages. It's brilliant, it's never let me down. I paid some decent money for it, but yeah, you can't beat decent tools. Just a touch more. Crimson Guitars, that's it, Crimson Guitars. He does great tools, brilliant tools. And it's like, you know, cheapy stuff. I'm not going to mention names, but anyway. Just a bit more. Yeah, there's going to be people going, you're doing it wrong, Dave. No, you're not. I do it all like this all the time, so shut up. Right? So this is how I do it all the time. I do it my own guitars, I do it for other people's guitars. It's just, all we're doing is we're just taking a little bit off the top. We don't even have to round this fucker off. It's just, I've got some 600, I'm just going over with a bit 600. Oh, you'll see when I finish, you'll see. Yeah, I might even fast forward the video, I don't know yet. What do you see? Oh, did I press record? Don't know. There we go. I get some of them scratches out. I haven't got my head's in the way, I apologise, but we get some of these scratches out. 600. Sometimes, you know, it depends. If I take a lot off, I go over 400, but I go with 600 grit. This is going to blow you away, right? It'll blow you away. That's 600 grit where? What we got here? 1000 grit, yeah, 1000 grit. We're jumping straight to 1000 grit because, you know, this is not, like, you know, it's not a pro job, right? This is just like, you know, your DIY job. Now, if I was doing this to a customer guitar, it wouldn't be like this. But this is, but trust me, if you win this guitar and you play it, you wouldn't know what fret I did. Trust me, you wouldn't know what fret. You wouldn't be able to work it out. So we do that. Right, as you see, it's starting to look quite shiny, isn't it? So then what we do, we get a little bit of wire wool. Right, zoom in on that and tell me that doesn't look exactly like, or if not better than all the other frets. Eh? Great, isn't it? So what do we need to do now? We need to clean that off a little bit. Just clean that off a little bit. There we go, look how shiny that is. It's lovely, isn't it? It's like someone spent ages polishing it. Can you see that? Shall I go in a close-up? No, I'll do a close-ups later. So yeah, so what we're going to do now is, it's kind of a little bit dusty and a little bit dry looking, isn't it, this fretboard? So I'm going to show you what I do to clean a fretboard up. Let's have a look. Where's all my stuff? Right, going to pause the video, get my stuff, and come back. Now you'd think I'd have all my tools out ready, don't you? But like, you know, it's been one of them days, so I'm just forgetting everything. Perhaps I'm getting old. Anyway, today's like Remembrance Sunday, and I was going to go out on my motorbike and go around the M25 in the UK with something red on to show my allegiance to all the people that died in the war. But unfortunately, got no pipes on the bike, so couldn't do that. So yeah, if the guy who's making my pipes up north there is watching this video, hurry up! I need my exhaust pipes. Anyway, so what I'm using now is I'm using Dunlop 65 guitar polish cleaner. But you don't have to use that if you don't want to. You can use like, what did we use before? Oh yeah, we use this stuff that my missus uses this all the time. It's just Daily Kitchen non-toxic surface cleaner. And the reason why this is quite good, it's just the kitchen stuff, right? It's non-toxic surface cleaner. Especially if you get a customer's guitar that comes in with skin and gunk all over it, you don't want to be touching that shit. You want something that's which is non-toxic and surface clean. Also, it's anti whatever it is. So anti what? Anti, I don't know. It's anti something. Anyway, it cuts, grease and grime, which is what you want. So we use some of this like that. Then I use this brush, and then I brush it. Also, this brush is great for getting into the nut slots as well, and cleaning out the nut slots. So first I sort of go this way. Get next to the frets where all the gunk and all the shit always sort of congeals. That's basically what I'm doing. I don't have to do it so hard for this one because it's not that dirty. But I'm telling you, it works a treat. That's that. But if you want, you can use Dunlop 65. You know, why not? So get me cloth, clean it all off. It's looking lovely, isn't it? Yeah. Dry it up a bit. It's looking better already, isn't it? So, you know, you don't need Dunlop. If you haven't got it, don't need it. Right, what's next? The other thing is, next thing to do is this board's a little bit dry. Now you can use, excuse me, I've got some frog in my throat. You can use lemon oil if you want. I would say if it's really, really dry, I'd use lemon oil and put it on and leave it, let it soak in, then put some more on, leave it, let it soak in, and maybe the third time. Depends how bad it is. But if it's not too bad, like this one, I use this stuff. It's called Music Nomad F1 oil. Cleans, conditions, protects. 100% natural oils, petroleum wax free. So it's not oily, it's like this is. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in. Sorry. It's going to turn out to be a long video. But anyway, I'm going to put a little bit of that on. Then I get a little bit of a paper towel. Paper towel, fold it in half. Rip a bit off because we don't need all of it. I was going to say save the planet then, but the planet doesn't really need saving. It's the human beings on it that need saving. But anyway, so we'll put that F1 oil on there. This stuff's really good because this protects it against, like, you know, further grease and grime and all that kind of stuff. So when you clean your guitar again, it comes off really easy. I don't know what's in it, but lots of things are in it actually by the looks of things. But anyway, don't drink it. That's all I can say. Right, so that's that done. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to leave it for, like, you know, maybe 10 minutes, have a cup of coffee, let that sort of, you know, just cure or dry off or whatever it does, soak in, right? And then we'll come back and we'll fit the bridge, which I got a sneaky suspicion that we might have to do some drilling to get the new bridge in because of the fittings. But you know, we'll get to that. Right. So first things first, let's look at the stock tailpiece. So obviously we've got the Geica one. Let's just use all the Geica stuff and see if we need to use these inserts or not. Sometimes you do. These two we're going to have to. These on the bridge we are for sure. And notice something very interesting is you get, hopefully you can see this. I'm doing this in the right place. Let's get that in the middle. You can, obviously you get like an Allen key or a hex key, whatever you want to call them. so you can undo the locking side of it. So which is great. Now, so you get I don't know if you get it set, but you can get one of these, and obviously you can get the bridge and saddles as well. But then the same hex key doesn't fit that. It's a different hex key. So Geica, if you're watching this, just why don't you make everything the same? Just make the same. You just use the same grub screws in this as you do in this, and then you only need one of these rather than two of these. Just thought I'd just point that out. But anyway, so let's have a quick squiz at this and see what's going on. Right, these should drop straight in, which they do. So that's not a problem. We won't bother messing about with that. That's great. Just check that that's okay. No dodgy threads. They go all the way in. That fits just about. You can tighten that down. I love that. The holes are just coming out that direction. I think that's quite a good idea. But anyway, we'll tighten that down in a bit. Well, actually, we'll tighten it down later. So, the next bit is, I think, obviously because they just sent me whatever they had, you can specify what type of fitting you want. Obviously I didn't specify, so that's not going to work at all. That is not going to work. So what we're going to have to do is extract these two studs, drill a hole and put new studs in if we need to drill a hole. Well, I've got a feeling we're going to need to drill 2 new holes, which is going to be interestingly squeaky bum time, isn't it, really? Because, like, you know, we could really make a horrific issue. We could cause problems. We could, you know, crack the finish or the paint, but, you know, we've got to crack on with this because this is what we said we was going to do. So, right, so I'm going to get my tools together, what I think I need, and then we'll come back in the next part of the video. Right, so, where was I? Recap. So we've got to fit, them in there, because that doesn't fit in there like that, because that fits that. Okay, fair enough, right. So we take these out. So what I do to take these out is I get a screw, a bolt like this, and I screw it in. And I keep screwing until it hits the bottom, because these are hollow usually. Well, it's like this is hollow. And you just, oh, this one's coming out by hand. Fair enough. And you keep screwing and boom, out it comes. There you go. Should I do that again? Boom, that's good, wasn't it? It's a new sound. That's that one. This one come out so easy. Sometimes they're, you know, they're a bit tough. You probably have to get, you know, something on that. Give it a good wrench, or some mole grips around it, or whatever you call them in your country. This one's a bit tighter, but it's coming anyway by hand. There you go. So now what we're going to do is, where have I done with it? Oh, I'm putting things down, I don't know where I put stuff. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put that in there, because that goes in there like that. So I'm going to have to drill that out. So, so we're going to need to drill it without damaging the finish. So, obviously, so we're going to go in we'll start with a smaller drill and work our way up. Some people would just put tape round, which I think I might do. But what I do as well is I'm walking away from the camera, I know, but I use one of these. And what I do is I just gently start turning it like that to open it up, ready for the drill bit that's going to go in there. So the drill bit doesn't actually attack the finish; it just fits inside the hole, so you don't get any breakage of the finish. So, and obviously we want to go in steps because we want to make sure that the hole stays, you know, dead straight. So I'm going to do that. So do I film it? Maybe we might speed it up, but yeah. Depends how much talking I do. Right, how big are these studs? 12mm. Thing is though, you know, you hit it with a 12mm drill, and because of the way the drills work, that might slop around a little bit. So what I do is, you know, I just start working my way up with the drill until it gets to the point where I can feel it snug. Sometimes I'll go there with sandpaper just to open it up a little bit more. Sometimes, you know, I'll just wiggle a drill about, you know, because I'm not very professional like that. People do it all the time, they just don't do it on camera. So up there it's like 12.2mm, down here it's 11.92, and at the very end there it's 10. And obviously these grooves are meant to grip the wood as it goes in. So obviously, and I'm speaking out loud, is we obviously need to be, it needs to be less than 12mm, obviously. So, first things first is, like I said, I'm gonna just take my time and I'm just gonna wind that out. Just so we get, so when the drill bit goes in, which I'll show you in a sec. So let's pick, hang on, did measure drill bits, but don't need that one. Don't need that one. Yeah, that'll be the next one. So when the drill bit goes in, instead of attacking the top of the wood, you're past it and you can just start drilling that way. Obviously, loads of people are going to be watching this and they're going to make comments and stuff. I trust, I do it all the time. It works great. Obviously, you know, take your time. There's plenty of time. Don't rush these things. Just take your time. And if you haven't got this tool, then, you know, you probably wouldn't have to do this because you go to Geico and you check your equipment first. You say, oh, that's the size I want. And they won't send you the wrong one. They didn't send me the wrong one. They just sent me stuff, you know. So it's no biggie. It's not their fault. So I'm just going to keep doing this for a bit. And then you'll see me with a drill soon. Start to drill this out. And if I fuck it up, then it's on camera, isn't it? Is it on camera? Yeah, it's recording. So, yeah, it's on camera. So, yeah, for all to see. What can I say? I'm going to use, do you know what? I've got a very, very professional drill behind me there. It's a brilliant drill. It's well professional. And I've also got this shit drill. And the thing is, I love this shit drill because how can I explain it? A good drill, you press the button, it goes, it's like, you know, it tries to twist your hand and stuff like that. This shit one doesn't do that because it's shit. So, and I always use this like for the screwdriver when I'm doing screwdrivers on cabs and guitars and stuff like that because, you know, it's never come out of my hands, which is a plus. So that's why I always use this, and I always use it with the clutch. So if I do get snagged, I don't do any damage. So yeah, a little bit of tip there for you, and I'm just going to go very slowly. Now I can feel when I hit the bottom, but if you want to put a gauge on that, you can do. But I can feel it. So that's it. I hit bottom. And I'll do this one. That's it. Looks good. I might get a little bit more there. So that's drill number one. Drill number two. That looks suspect. I think somebody swapped one of my drill bits around. I think that'll work though. Obviously, we don't want to go too big because, but yeah, I think that'll work. But you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, you know what I'm going to do, don't you? Here we go again. I'm just going to give it another quick squeeze around. These tools, this tool here that I'm using now, I use it for when I'm doing any drilling into any guitar. I always use this first. That includes, you know, when you're doing machine heads as well. You know, anything like that, any big large amount of drilling. You know, if you've got one of these, you know, on YouTube you'll see guys, you know, they'll show you, they'll like do guitars. They've got massive workshops with wood tools in and stuff like that. You know, and I really envy those guys. But you know, here in leafy Surrey in the UK, Surbiton, land is very costly. It's the only thing I can say. So I'm stuck in this piddly little workshop at the end of my garden, where incidentally I earn a living. So take that one. Here we go. Right, so the next size up, as you can see, we're going really, really slow. It's hardly making any difference whatsoever, but that's exactly what I want. A funny old colour wood coming out, isn't it? I don't know what the fuck that is. It's like concrete, isn't it? What the fuck is that? It's wood anyway, so you know. Nice and easy does it. Now, I'm just looking at this and I can see that the hole isn't, it doesn't look perfectly straight, but I'm not deviating from it, so the drill's just following the hole. If for any reason we're not deep enough, we always do that. We go in with the depth on the last drill bit. So so just don't worry about that if that's the case. Right, that's happening then. Right, what's next? We're on the what's this one? This is a 9. So we've got a ways to go yet. That 9, that's, yeah, look, that's, yeah, I'm gonna, so guess what? We're nowhere near, as you can see, like we're nowhere near, that's you know, we're on a 9 now, this is a 12. Sorry I knocked the camera, sorry. So yeah, we're on a 9, let's, yeah. But anyway, slowly. God, this is the most boringest video ever. Hey, hang on, I can feel that, that's not good. More rimming, Vicar. Right. Yep, so get a little bit more of this, because there are tools that you buy, right? There are tools that you buy that you just use all the time, and this is one of them. I'll show you another one. Look, this is another one, right? Yeah, what's that? It just looks like a pair of cutters, doesn't it? No. Look at that. It's flat that side. Brilliant. Oh, what's the other one? Oh yeah, my other favourite tool is this pointy. I use it probably 20 times a day for all sorts of things. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm working on this guitar, and I think I'm doing a good job. Not bad for an amp tech, eh? But there you go. So alright, so I've done some rimming, or reaming, whatever you call it. Depends what sort of internet you watch, I suppose. Oh, I don't like that. Don't like that. That doesn't feel right to me. Yeah, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going in with an 8.5. Yeah, see? Even I make mistakes. That's... See? Still looking perfect. I haven't done any damage yet. Alright, and it's even more boring than you thought it might be. But don't worry. Oh, this is a long video. I bet you're cursing me. Thinking, when's he come to the bit where he's going to ask the question so I can just get and win the bloody guitar? I'll tell you what, I'm going to be the most hated person on the internet now for doing this, but I'm really sorry. But I wanted to show you what I was actually doing. So, a little bit more here. Well, I've come across a little bit of a problem. That's interesting. Hang on just a second. The hole is 13.05. The hole on that side is 18. I don't know how to manage that. That wasn't me. And we need to be 21 deep. That's 18 deep. We need to be 21 deep. Okay. That's better. Cool. Right, where are we up to? What was that? That was what's that, 9 mil? 9.5 next. Yeah, 9.5. More rimming. Hopefully there's some music in the background on this video, because otherwise you're just going to fall asleep. The tip of this now is hitting the bottom, so I might have to drill out more. If I want to continue to do the rimming technique, I'm going to have to just make this hole a little bit deeper. We'll see how we get on. What are we up to now? This is, yeah, we are at 9.5. 9.5, yeah, we're nearly there. So obviously, I'm going to stop talking because this is getting boring now. Right, we're on the last drill bit. I mean, the next drill bit I got from 11 goes up to 12, and the hole is 12. So, obviously we want a nice snug fit. So, what I'm going to do in this instance is I'm not going to drill the entire hole. I'm just going to drill like half of it, half of the null bit, and then the other half will just, because I'm at 11, so it's starting to go in. So I'm just going to whirl that, just give it a whirl like that and see what happens, eh? Giving me trouble, this hole. Well, if that happens, a bit more reaming. Yeah, I think I'm where I want to be. So, get my trusty camera out. Wait, okay. Yeah, I know, long-winded, but it protects your investment. Right, we're in. Yeah. Slight bit of jiggling around, but we're in. So, what's next? String it up. Let's string the thing up. See what we got. Right. So, we're back. The whole guitar isn't in the shot, I know, but I'm going to move to the headstock in a minute. So, the next thing to do is, obviously, we've got the bridge on. I've not tightened it down yet. I've got the stop tail piece in. I've tightened it down. Usually I'd put the string through the stop tail piece, put the stop tail, but for this video I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put strings in as I go. I put it to the height which I think it should be. The drilling was quite successful. When I was drilling the hole slightly at an angle, so I had to tweak this a little bit in order to sort of, you know, get it all to fit properly. So that was a bit of a squeaky bum moment because I was just doing it with a drill rather than a pillar drill, but there you go. I'm trying to show you guys how you can do it yourself if you have to. You have to be really, really careful and check and double check all your work and go really slowly when you do stuff like this, and that way you get a good outcome. But yeah, we got away with that. That's good. So on to the next thing. We need to string this guitar up. So there, which becomes, you know, this is the part of the video which I really love. This is the part where you're stringing the guitar up, because you know this is the point where, you know, it gets to be where you string up and you get really excited because you can try it all out. But anyway, so we're going to use some Rotosound strings for this guitar, because personally I think they're the best strings there are, and I'm not just saying that because the guy who sent me these strings, his name is Jack Dunwoody. Just so you know, the guy that sent me these strings, Jack Dunwoody, and he's from Rotosound. He's like, you know, he's looking after stuff there for the governor, and he's a good bloke. And they've got a good business there. Anyway, he tells me that they've got this new pack which you can get. Now you can get a new pack where we get 3 sets of strings in a pack, which is pretty great, really, because it works out cheaper for the strings. But guess what? They do a 10-pack of this as well. I noticed they do a 10-pack, which is really cool. The other thing you might have noticed is that the whole, well, the logo's the same. What am I going to say that for? Anyway, the logo's the same, but the whole pack's changed. Oh, let me find another pack. Hang on, just let me find a whole pack. A pack that's kind of, let me find. See, this is what they used to look like. This is a set of 9s. This is a set of 9s, right? And that's what they used to look like, and that kind of thing. But now they look like this. Cool or what? So yeah, Rotor Yellers. That's what they are. That's what we're going to put on this guitar. We're going to put a set of 10s on this guitar. It's a Gibson. Oh, I've got a lovely story actually about Rotor Sound, because obviously strings are a bone of contention with me. If you don't know my channel, is that I've tried every string there is out there. Every string there is out there. I'm not saying that these guys are the best strings. I'm just saying, for what you get for your money, this does the job for me. So that's why I buy these, because they do the job that I need them to do. I had a guy into the shop, and I was doing a setup on his guitar, and he said to me, he goes, it's got to be Ernie Balls. It's got to be Ernie Balls. And I said, is there any reason why, you know, you're using Ernie Balls? Because we had some issues with Ernie Balls at the time. But anyway, I said, is there any reason why you're using Ernie Balls rather than the other string? Because you seem really adamant that you wanted them strings. He goes, yeah. He says, I just love the fact that it's, you know, this, and it's got a bit of an American slang to his voice. And all those Americans out there, don't take this the wrong way. But he said, yeah, it's got to have American steel. It's got to be American steel. And I went, oh, that's interesting. So I said to him, I said, did you know the Rotor Sound, because you live in this country now, in the UK, are made in the UK, right? But they use American steel. Anyway, his jaw dropped to the ground, and I put a set of 10s on his guitar for him, and he's been back with 2 or 3 other guitars, and he's a very happy chappy. That's all I can say. So let's put a set of 10s on this guitar, and then we can just pretty much, it should be a pretty quick setup actually, because I've sort of done it already. So let's do that. I don't know if I'm going to be talking through this bit of the video or whether we're going to fast forward it. That's up to my editor, who is, by the way, my son, Zach Barlow. He's also the bassist in my band called Ransom. If you've not heard of those, you should go and check them out, because they're really, really good. And it's not because I just said that, it's because I just said that. That's why they're good. And he's a bloody good bass player too, so go and check that out. Here we go, 10s, here we go, new packet. Ooh, smell that, it's lovely, isn't it? Every packet of Rotor Sounds strings, you get one of these little bags, right? No, you don't put it in your fucking tea, right? That's not what it's for. That's to keep your strings nice and fresh. So when they come out of the packet, they're fresh as a daisy. Not, you know when you get strings out of the packet when they're all got black bits in, and I'm not talking about a certain American company that makes strings. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about them. But anyway, you know what happens? But that doesn't happen with these, because they have this little packet here. Do not put this in your mouth. Do not eat this. This is purely to keep your strings fresh. What you can do with these though, if you want to save human beings, not the planet needs saving, human beings need saving. Well, you save these up, right? And when you've got loads of them, you put them in a little bag which allows air to flow around it, and then you put it in the front windscreen of your car, and then your windscreen of your car doesn't steam up. There you go. It's a good little tip for you. Come from me. Anyway, or you can go to Amazon and buy one for 35 quid. You know, I know what I'd do. But there you go. Anyway, let's string up and see what we're getting on. See how we get on with this. Oh, I forgot. I don't know if you can see this. Look, it's still got the little plastic on one of the pickup. I'll leave that on there because, you know, some people like to some people really like to you know, peel that off. Oh, look at that. I love that. Look how that string comes through there like that. It's hitting the back of this this bridge though, so we'll see. Well, anyway, let's just crack on. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to move the camera, right, because I want to show you something. I'm not going to show you the whole stringing up process, but I'm going to show you this, right? I'm going to show you how I tie a string. A lot of people think you have to do knots and stuff like that. What a load of old baloney that is. I'll show you what to do. All right, hang on. Right, it's not the best camera angle, but it'll have to do. So basically, I've strung the string up. It's gone over the bridge. It's gone through the nut there, and I'm pulling it reasonably tight. And then this string, I'll pull it back slightly so I can just get the string round over the top. And this is how I'll do it. I do one over the top and everything underneath. I'll do it by hand. Everything else goes underneath, and I'll explain why in a second. Right, you just see what's just happening there? What's happening there is the string going over the top of the hole, and underneath the hole is trapping that tail. So that's like a little vice. You don't need a special knot. You don't need it. I'll bring it back so you can actually see it in the camera shot. So you see, you've got one string going over, one string underneath. And that clamps it. You do all your strings like that. You might want to put a few more turns on as you get to smaller strings. Obviously that's obvious, but that's how I do the strings, and I don't have a problem with it. I gig a lot, I play Les Pauls, I play all sorts of guitars, and they don't go out of tune because they've got decent nuts on, cut properly, and the strings put on. All this doing special knots and all this kind of stuff, what a load of old rubbish. You don't need to do that, just do that, simple, easy. So first things first, what I've decided to do was to just get the intonation more or less where I think it is, where it kind of is, and then sort of work from there. It's just easier for me, I think. I've got to the G string, and this little screw here is being a bit of a pain in the neck. I've got to get that screwdriver in there, so I'm going to do this one. So that's tight. All right. Oh, the camera's wobbling, sorry. Anyway, so, okay, I'm an idiot because I've never come across this before, but it's an absolutely fantastic mistake to make. Now, I'll tell you the reason why. It's because each one of these saddles, and I saw something, obviously my eyes aren't as good as they used to be, and I've even got glasses on. But anyway, each of these saddles has got its own individual locking, wrong Allen key. It's got its own little locking grub screw. So once you've done your intonation, you can lock these saddles in place. You know, yeah, so I'm an idiot. Because I couldn't screw it back because the grub screw was all the way in and this was too far that way. So I suppose easy mistake to make, and I'm letting myself off lightly probably, but I'm absolutely blown away with this Geiker. I'm actually blown away with the, you know, it's everything is locked down. Which is truly amazing. But do you need that? I don't know. Geiker thinks so. But yeah, I'm blown away with that. So apologies, Geiker, for, like, you know, I don't know what I said. I don't think I swore at you. But yeah, blown away with that. That's fantastic. Anyway, so I shall continue sorting this out. So I'm just going to tighten the strings back up, and we'll continue where I left off. So apologies. Right, so recap. Strung the guitar up. Put this intonation where I think more or less it's going to be. Pretty much. I've already set the height where I think pretty much going to be. It's not quite right yet by the looks of things. But anyway, so that's as near as damn it we got there. That's fine. So the next thing to check is to see if the neck is got a little bit of relief in it, or too much relief, or whatever. Now this should be about right because I've already done it. But we'll double check anyway, because you never know. Let's have a quick look with my little gauge here. Yeah, I've just got a whisper in there. I reckon I could have a bit of less of a whisper actually. But we're going to leave it for now because it's more or less where it needs to be. So we just need to lower the strings a little bit, I think, pretty much. Just lower that a little bit to where I think it might be. Because the thing is, I just play it. It's the best way to just check. Turn them down a little bit. Have a quick tune up. Best way to find out whether it's, you know, it's working, you know, it feels right for you, to play the bloody thing. I mean, some people just get their measuring sticks out and do all sorts of weird shit. Why do you do that for? Just pick it up and play it. If it feels good, feels good. If it doesn't feel good, then just tweak it. Simple, isn't it? Okay, let's give this a dry run. Okay, that'll do. I reckon we could have lower action. I reckon we can get away with lower action on that. Is the guitar in the right place? Yeah. So I'm just going to lower it a bit more, you know. To hell with it. Go as far as you can. And I think this Geiker bridge will go quite low. It's cut properly, which is good. Sometimes you can only go so low with some of them. We're getting close. Have a quick tune up. Help you've plugged it in, Dave. I'm just using my bench tuner right now in case you can't see what's going on. I know it's a bit weird, this camera angle, but it's the best way I can show you what I'm doing, really, rather than doing the shaky camera thing that I used to do before, which annoyed the hell out of loads of people. But there you go. You get to hear me talk instead, don't you? So there we go. Come on, Pete. There we are. Lovely jubbly. How's that feel? Oh, we're there. That is like a super low too. I would say that's medium low. Some people that's really low, but that's quite low. Yeah, it's that last, because we did that last fret, it stops it from, you know, choking out. So you can see it's lower than it was when we had it before. So, so obviously we did the right job. The bridge is looking good. So again, sorry Geico about that. I'm an idiot. But like, yeah, the bridge is looking good. Let's check the intonation. Do you know how to check the intonation? That's the thing. Because the people know how to do it. Well, it's really simple. I mean, basically, let's bring the guitar back a bit so you can see what we're doing. Is you tune the string up. Obviously, make sure your guitar's all tuned up and all ready to go, as if you were going to play it at a gig or something, you know, or rehearsals or recording or in your bedroom or wherever, right? Make sure it's all tuned up. So make sure we got an nice E, a nice open E, and then we fret the 12th fret and we play the note and we just see where it is on the on your tuner, right? So if it's slightly flat on your tuner, you need to, if it's flat on your tuner, this needs to go this way. So on my tuner, actually it's bang on. Anyway, so next one, A. I guessed that as well. A. That one needs to go back a little bit. So that's so really try and do that. Bring that way a little bit. Tune up again. These tuners are good, by the way. I'm really happy with these tuners. They're doing everything a tuner should do. They're not notchy or weird or anything like that. Bang on. Next one, the D string. Same thing. Get it to pitch. A bit heavy-handed there. Hang on. That's a little bit flat too. So we're going to go that way. Not much, just a little bit. Bang on. Next, G. And the same thing. That's bang on. Oh, lucky today. B. That's a little bit sharp. So if it's a little bit sharp, we need to go this way. So that way. If it's sharp. Righty tighty. Just a little bit. Bang on. E. That's a little bit sharp. So we just go this way a bit. Not much. It's about half a turn I've given it there. Bang on. So the intonation's done. The neck height is good. We got it quite low. We didn't have to touch the truss rod, but obviously if you did want to do that, obviously if there's a lot of bow in it, you need to tighten it up. So if you tighten it up, you go this way. Can you see that? You go this way. That way to get more bow, that way to get less bow when you tighten the truss rod. Anyway, we don't need to do that with this guitar because it's all cushy, if that's the right word. Have you ever heard that word? God. Anyway, so are we done? Apart from the playthrough? Yeah, we're done. That's it. We'll put the truss rod cover back on. This is ready to rock and roll. It's got the Geico bridge on it, which is truly... oh, we need to tighten that down. I'll do that in a bit, but I'll tighten all that down so they don't move. So we've got the Geico tailpiece and bridge on, which are fantastic, by the way. I love them. Good quality material. I worked it out in the end. We've got to tighten it all down so nothing moves. So once you've done this, the great thing about this, when you lock everything down, once you've done it, you never have to touch it again. You know, once you get it, unless there's something drastically changed, like you change to different gauge strings, or you know, or whatever. But anyway, you don't have to touch that ever again. It's all in place. You don't have to touch it. It's got some Ryto Sound strings on, which are the best strings in the whole wide world. I don't care what any of you say. Put the comments at the bottom. I'll just ignore you because these are the best strings in the world. And it's not the best guitar in the world, but for 165 quid in English currency, it's a blooming great guitar. I mean, it's on par, like I said before, with like an Epiphone. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I just did. And however, you know, obviously the time will only tell whether it will, you know, it will keep being what it's being, if that's the right word. And that, yeah, time will only tell. But anyway, that's it. We're done. And I'm going to stop talking. Right, just a little update for those of you who spotted it. I've turned this around, so this is the other way around now. I believe this is the way it was designed to go in, because then the string's free on the back, it doesn't hit anything. I'm sure you can have it either way, do what you want, but I decided to spin it around the other way. I think it looks better the other way around, but it's the reason it's designed this way with the open back is so the strings come down without hitting the second part of the bridge. So so yeah, I just thought I'd add that, just in case there's people out there going, oh my god, he's got it the wrong way around. So yeah, sorry about it. Just like I say, it's one of those days. I'm not perfect, I make mistakes, I'm like everybody else. Don't learn anything unless you make mistakes. So I'll just finish up here, we'll do a playthrough, and I'm going to give you the details of how you actually enter this competition and win this guitar. Right, let's stretch those strings in, because obviously it's very important you do that. Well, I've actually got a tool somewhere, I don't know what I've done with it. Got a little special tool, I don't know where it is gone. Oh, never mind. But anyway, just stretch them all in. Give it a tune up and rock it out. Right, so there we have it. In order to win this guitar, you've got to answer a question. And when you've answered the question, you write that question down somewhere and you email it to me. The email's on the screen now. I'm not going to put it anywhere else. Make sure you subscribe, because if you're not subscribed, it won't count. Yeah, people can put the answer in the comments below, but you've got to subscribe and you've got to send me an email with the answer. This is the only way I can do it. It's the only way, it's the fairest way I can think of doing it. So the question is, in the video somewhere, I mentioned somebody's name because they sent me some Rotosound strings. You've got to tell me what the name of that person is, put it in the email, put your full address in there, and that's all you need to do. Name and address in the email. If you don't want to put your address in there, you don't have to, but when you go in the draw, we'll send you another email, let you know whether you've won, and then we'll go from there. Simple as that. You've got to be subscribed, you've got to send me an email. You can put it in the comments if you want, but everyone's just going to copy the comments. Don't worry like that. You've got to email me. So, with that, I wish you a great week ahead, and all the best with winning this guitar. You know, it's free. Also, one more thing. You know, if I'm shipping it overseas, if there's any tax you have to pay, that's your problem. It's not mine. You've got to pay it. I think when we send it from the UK here, it's going to go as a gift. So technically, your country shouldn't put any tariff on it. But anyway, don't hold me to that. I'm giving it for free from this country. What happens in your country is up to them. But anyway, with that, bid you farewell. Have a great week, and catch you later.